It's fair to say, chums, as each day goes forward, seemingly Meghan Markle, the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex, does slightly become, well, how can I put this kindly, a little bit more desperate as ever. Let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as ever, thank you for your company, and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. It's a funny thing, isn't it? You know, when you cast your mind back, I remember, Meghan and Harry were being ever so pompous about exactly who they were going to deal with, in this media world. Oh no, couldn't be anything as trashy as the tabloids, because of course they don't need them. And now it's the tabloids that really will only print their stories, like your Us Weekly or People magazine. That's what's left, right? Now it gets worse because clearly Meghan has been up to some of her, shall we say, fan base range again. Let me explain. Let's have a lovely wave. Thank you so much, as I say, for joining me today. This is odd. This is completely fake. It's very, very clear that this is not at all what it appears. And as ever, you have to say allegedly, but it's very strange. If you've seen this particular note, suddenly to a fellow podcasting fan, apparently who was a little bit scathing. I mean, let's be honest. How do you pick those out about Meghan's cooking show? Well, seemingly now, they're now best buddies because Meghan has written her a note in that beautiful calligraphy that she wanted to do her own wedding invites with, right, and all that sort of stuff. And what you notice about all of this is really the contrivedness of it. Clearly this particular woman has a lot of access to a lot of wonderful people. If you want to interview them, the likes, of course, of Ryan Reynolds, Kim Kardashian. This is no ordinary podcaster. Right? This is somebody who could be useful, or indeed simply maybe even connected to the same agency that you may be still clinging on to by your fake talents, if that's the way you want to put it. You get the picture. But here's where it gets more interesting for me, because over here in the United Kingdom, what's really, according to a source, upset senior members, and including Prince William of the royal household, is the complete disrespect for our late monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. Do you remember a while back now, we were really at the start of their Megxit journey? Do you remember when they put out that statement, nobody owns the word royal? I mean, how disrespectful do you need to be? And this is exactly why Meghan clearly just trampled over the Queen when she was out with her on that day trip on the royal train in Chesterfield. Remember that. Now, where it gets interesting is you'll note on this letter, card, note, whatever you want to call it, that Meghan has now gone back to using a crown above her name. Now, if you loathe the family so much, if you were suicidal inside that family, I mean, how dense does Prince Harry have to be? It can't have been that bad if you now want to name yourself after the family that apparently you don't like or haven't enjoyed the period with. And now you're monogramming yourself to try to remind people that you have some kind of association within the monarchy. And you'll always have that now because, you are, of course, married to the son of the king. It's as simple as that. And eventually, when Prince William becomes king, again, there'll be that connection. She sealed it, so why would you need to do this? One simple factor, she knows this upsets and, very, very disrespectful to Prince William. She is seething that she could not crack this man. He was the man that saw right through her from the very start, begging, of course, his younger brother to take his foot off the pedal and literally take a step back. Clearly, she wanted her own way. Clearly, she got it at the time. And now this is the only way that she can get back at him, by simply doing this. But it doesn't really work. It kind of makes her look like a child, doesn't it? Who's found some kind of dressing up box and thinks, I'll stick a star on top of my name. That's how this comes across. For the rest of the letter, everybody knows it's Meghan trying to realign her narrative with some fan base. Now, quite who this fan base really is remains to be seen, but all will be exposed because, quite frankly, Meghan is no Hong Kong phooey and cannot hide her tracks very well. As for Prince William, I'm waiting to see what happens next. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.